Hey, man, it was good to hear living in the States right on there.
Yeah, give me Romans 9.
Y'all got to check the channel. Check the channel, man. Subscribe.
Hey Henry, let me see the selfie stick. Oh yeah. What a fucking day, huh?
Right? Yeah, it's a cold one, man.
Oh yeah.
Right. So they'll tell you, oh, we don't have to keep the laws, right? It says in the Bible that we're not supposed to keep the law.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 15. What then shall we sin because we are not under the law?
So are we supposed to sin because we're not under the law?
But under grace, God forbid.
But under grace, which they tell you, oh yeah, we're under grace, right? So we're not supposed to follow law.
Verse 16, know ye not that to whom yet yield yourself servant to obey? His servant ye are to Salah. His servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Right? So we need to be obedient to be righteous, right?
This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciple indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Right? So this is the truth. What's really going to set us free. Not that church that's going to tell you give your tithes and come in and right after, oh yeah, let's get some hot dogs, let's get some pizza, right? Because they're not following law, right?
They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Jesus answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin.
Right? So if we serve sin, how can we be free? Right? We're still in this captivity. Why? Because we ain't following these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Hey! John 9. John 9 and 31. Oh, you're okay. Give me
I got it right here.
Awesome GMS teaching.
This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Con.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Right? So how could they be hearing their prayers if they ain't keeping the law?
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
Right? So the Most High will hear you right after, we start following these law, statutes, and commandments. Right?
What you looking for? The wages of death?
3 and 31. 3 and 31. And give me 6 and 15. 6
This is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 31. He that cometh up from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth. He that cometh from heaven is above all.
Romans 3, 31.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 5, chapter 6, and verse 14. Con, it's like 14, right?
I keep thinking I'm older than everybody.
Chapter 6, verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid.
So it's telling us, God forbid that we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And again,
This is the Salah. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law.
right? So we got to establish the law because this is our foundation.
Precept. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
That's right.
And for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
That's right. Yeah.
Give me
That's more. It's more.
okay, more.
Verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit.
Give me
Hey,
14, 13.
playing Karen. Karen was out here. Karen was out here. But I gotta catch that on
Ain't nobody missing.
Hey, Karen gonna make us famous.
Hey, Karen and Michael Esau sent
So all right, so pretty much Christians will tell you, well, you know, it's impossible. We can't keep all the laws, right? But this is their favorite scripture.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ.
God.
Right? So we can do all things. But all of a sudden, when it comes to the law, oh no, we can't do that, right?
Which straighteneth me.
Which strengthens me, right? That's what gives us our power.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law.
So even Christ said it. Think not that I came to destroy the law, right?
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets,
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
right? So he came to fulfill. Keep going on that.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth passes.
So when heaven and earth pass, and I can still see heaven and earth,
God.
One jot or one title shall in no wise pass from the law.
so not one dot or one tittle or should be done away from the law, right?
Till all be fulfilled.
So till it's all fulfilled, right? So pretty much,
Yeah.
so pretty much these pastors are out here teaching you that we're not supposed to keep the law, right?
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach man so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Whoever's doing, go ahead, read that again.
Verse 19. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach man so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
So whoever doesn't do them and teaches not to do them, they shall be called least, right? And whoever does these and teaches them, him shall be great, right?
Precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Right, that's right. So pretty much, I mean, we got to get back to these law, statutes, and commandments.
Gabar.
Okay, well, with that, I yield. And
Bring us out. Bob, bring us out.
And with that, we give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God, Yahweh. Do so in the name of the only begotten Son of Mashiach, Yahweh, Shai, who the world inwardly called Jesus Christ. Shema Yahshua, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Hear Israel, our God's one Lord.
That's right.
That's right. And death to the Christian church.
death to the cross.
And death to the cross.
Remember that?
Yeah.